Hey guys, thanks for watching. Welcome back to Smart Money Minds, and today I'm going to tell you how 3 minutes a day can save you $1,000 per year, and this is how convenience is ruining your life. I've heard a story the other day about a friend of mine. And yes, it's story time. And this friend, he goes to work Monday to Friday, 5 days a week, and on the way to work, he goes to Starbucks and picks up a $2.50 coffee. And on the way to work, he goes to the convenience store and picks up a candy for $2.50 as well. So every day, before he even gets to work, he's already spent $5. So I was curious about how much that would cost per year. And I did the calculations with about 261 calendar days of working days in a year. That would come up to about $1,300 just for coffee and for candy. It sounds a bit ridiculous, doesn't it? $1,300, that's a lot of money to be spending on coffee and for candy for a year even. So let's say I went to get coffee beans at the store for, for a pound, and a pound would cost me about $15. That's about 48 cups of coffee, and I drink it, and approximately it'll last me about 2 months. So in the end of the year, it'll probably cost me about $90 for the entire year for coffee if I homebrewed it. And the exact same bag of candy in a larger bulk size can be bought in store for about $10 for a bag, and that'll last me about 2 weeks. So it'll cost me approximately $260 for the entire year. After I did the calculations, I'm saving myself $955 out of that budget. That's just for someone to make the coffee for you, so you can go and pick it up. That's for a convenience store that you can walk to and pick it up there. All that is the cost of your convenience. I think the question we have to ask ourselves is the convenience worth it? Is it worth $1,000 that you can save a year? That's enough for a small vacation. And you're really paying close to 7% or 7 times more for your coffee, and you're paying about 2.5 times more for your candy just for the sake of convenience, that you can get it pre-made or conveniently placed for you. I'm definitely not saying that convenience is a bad thing. Conveniences help make our lives that much easier and streamlines a lot of processes. It's definitely coming in handy if I was exhausted and I just wanted delivery given to me, or I go to work out and I forgot my bottle of Gatorade and I can just go buy one. You have to think about, is the time and effort saved worth the cost that you're paying, that it could be astronomical amounts. We also have to consider if we're overindulging in our conveniences and just feeding into our laziness habits that just get worse and worse and worse. Here's a couple of pro tips for building your own convenience, aka beating your own laziness, really. Tip number 1 is to make sure you prepare everything you need in the morning the night before. So that means having your clothes ready, having your coffee ready to brew, having your lunch in the fridge and ready to go. By having all of that stuff prepared and packed up and ready to go, you'll have a lot less stress. You have everything you need in the morning. You just throw it in your bag and you're out the door. For being prepared for tip number 1, tip number 2 is to seek an alternative as almost like a punishment for your lack of preparedness. This one sounds bad, but it really is necessary for you to learn your own lesson. You shouldn't be rewarding yourself with convenience for your lack of preparation. For example, because you're either lazy or you were forgetful and you forgot to brew your coffee in the morning and you don't have coffee, there shouldn't be a reward to go, oh hey, it's okay, I'm just gonna go to Starbucks and get a nice coffee. Instead of rewarding yourself with a coffee of convenience, You should go, hey, you know what, maybe I won't go with coffee, I'll have to go with water for the rest of the day. Or maybe work has a work brew coffee that I'll have to have. Say you forget your snack and you didn't bring it with you. Yeah, I guess you'll just have to live with either no snack or your coworker's weird booger tasting gummies. The more you do this, the more it is reinforced that you can't be lazy, you can't be forgetful, and that the more this will become a habit for you to have everything prepared, and that you get punished instead of rewarded if you forget to do those things. Tip number 3, convenience should be a conscious choice, not an impulse. I think that convenience is amazing and something that we definitely need in our lives. But I think that every time that you choose convenience, you have to understand the implications of that choice that you made. For example, when I choose to get takeout or delivery, I specifically have a budget for that, and knowing that I will be spending that money on such items of convenience, and that it's not a surprise to me when the bill comes up and I'm overpaying. It should be a fully aware choice that you have budgeted for. For example, I've only budgeted 5 times that I can order delivery this month, and you have to stick to that boundary that you've set for yourself. Another example is that I have cleaners that come and clean my house, and this offers me extreme convenience as I don't need to spend time or effort to do that myself. However, I can then take the time that I've freed up for me, I can then improve on my online business, or I can stock trade more and thus make more money to cover that cost of cleaning. I can also take that time to go spend with my friends and family, or just to be resting in general. But all that is a conscious choice that I made in the first place to have a budget to get my cleaning done by someone else. What I recommend you to do right now is to figure out how much you are spending on convenience. Think about how often you're buying takeout or getting delivery, and how much are you spending that per month. Another thing to figure out is how much are you just spending on a daily basis, and how much is that costing you per month. And what are the things you're spending on a daily basis? Is it things that you can buy in bulk? Things that you can do yourself? Once you know, then you can figure out how much you're spending for convenience. You can think about, is there certain things that you can buy perhaps at the supermarket in bulk for a cheaper price? Or are there things that you can pre-make that so that you don't have to go buy out? See what you can fit into your life. Back to the story about the friend of a friend of mine. If he decided to go to the supermarket, buy his coffee beans, buy his candy, and spent 3 minutes the night before to just organize everything, put his coffee ready to go in the brewer, put his candy in a low box that's ready to go next morning, and the next morning he wakes up, he pushes the button for coffee, puts his box of candy in his bag, takes a shower, takes his coffee, and heads out the door. He'll be saving himself $1,000 a year just by doing that. The 3 minutes the night before. And perhaps you can figure out what you can save in your own life by cutting down your convenience costs. That could be 5 to 10 times the cost of your product itself. In the comment section below, make sure you let me know what your biggest convenience costs are, and perhaps is there another way to deal with it, or perhaps it's something that you can't deal with, or we can maybe help you in a different way. So let me know in the comment section below. Make sure you subscribe, hit that notification button, like this video, share it with your friends, and we'll see you next time.